Well, it's that time of year again. The holiday rush is right around the corner. For some holiday shoppers, it's already begun. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what the sheriff's office is doing to ensure every holiday shopper stays safe. You can see a little example of some of the assets that we have at the sheriff's office that you will see out at the shopping centers when you guys are out there with your loved ones shopping. When you talk about suppressing crime, a lot comes down to our vantage point. You'll see our eye in the sky camera that we'll have, where we can get a great advantage to take a look at different shopping parking lots, look at different, maybe someone that's suspicious, and be able to communicate that with law enforcement officers that are working on the ground. Also, the use of drones that you'll see, along with our aviation units. So we're going to expend a lot of resources to make sure that vantage point, that the sheriff's office, the good guy, has that vantage point. So every holiday shopper who wants to come out to this mall or any other shopping center can come out with their loved ones and focus on what they should be focusing on, and that's the holiday season and the cheer and the joy that comes along with the giving during the Christmas season. I also want to take a look back behind me. If you'll see some of the assets, one thing that we continue to do every year is we do a debrief and see where can we improve. One place that we want to improve is the use of bicycles. Bicycles are quiet. We can sneak up on bad guys. Bicycles can move between cars, go through crowds. They can maneuver a lot quicker. The agility factor is off the chart, so they'll see a large presence. And on top of everything that you see, this uniform presence that we have here, we're also going to have an undercover presence inside the malls and outside the malls, so to keep an eye on things. Again, all about that vantage point as we continue to reduce and suppress crime during the holiday shopping. Now, I talked about what the sheriff's office is doing. Now I want to talk about what we all can do. What can we all do in this community to keep ourselves safe? If you're shopping at night, park close to a well-lit area. When you go shopping, don't take a bunch of cash with you. And when you go make your purchases, make sure you don't leave them in the car and that you leave them where people can see them. People won't steal what they can't see. Lock it in the trunk of your car. Along the same lines, make sure that you monitor your credit card statement. Make sure that you're constantly, as you're out shopping, that the only charges on that credit cards are ones that you're making and not that someone else is making. And along the same lines, when it comes to internet shopping, we all like to shop on the internet. It's easy, it's convenient. Do not, under any circumstances, ever send any seller money directly. Make sure you're using an app, whatever the payment venue or avenue is. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Never send it directly to a seller. If the seller's delivering something online, again, make sure you do it in a well-lit area. We hate when people are taking advantage, and I hate that we have to stand here and talk about this, but there are people, as much as we're focusing on the joy of Christmas and the true meaning of Christmas, there are individuals that see it as an opportunity. Let's make sure that we don't create that opportunity. Don't create that opportunity by having expensive items that you've worked hard. You've worked very hard to purchase that special gift. Don't leave it in a car where people can see it. Lock your car doors. And I don't think I can ever say it enough, not just during the holiday season, but lock it or lose it. That means at home, and that means when your car's not just during the holiday season, but at all times. Let's make it hard on thieves. Let's make sure that we in this community don't become victims and these don't become crimes of opportunities. I have to thank the members and management here at the Citrus Park Town Center. They're such phenomenal partners. They're great to work with. Every time we have an idea, we want to do something that improves and enhances the security of the shoppers here, they're always the first ones to say, hey, listen, absolutely, how can we help, what we can do? And that's what we'll continue to keep, regardless of where you're shopping in Hillsborough County. We want to make sure we're doing everything we can do to keep you and your loved ones safe during this holiday season. What questions can I answer?
You obviously listed tips for potential customers to spend money, but what do you think is the most common mistake that people make? Other things that you listed that people may overthink or overlook, but what is the most common mistake people make?
Most common mistake that we make is that we leave our car doors unlocked. 3 out of 4 car burglaries that we have are because people simply don't lock their car doors. Thieves don't want to work hard. So if the door's unlocked, a lot of times they won't even take the time or the effort to bust the window. They go into the next car. When you have 3 out of 4 cars that are left unlocked, it's not hard to find one that's unlocked. And again, that becomes a crime of opportunity. That's where we can so easily take those preventative measures to keep ourselves safe just by simply locking our car doors.
And then I know that the last few years, COVID was on the line when people were shopping and everything, but now it really isn't. There's going to be a lot more shoppers out this year. How do you expect that to impact the amount of crime we're going to see this year?
Yeah, but it's certainly going to. When most people were shopping online, we saw a crime trend where a lot of it was credit card fraud and a lot of fraudsters out there victimizing our community. And that's why I think it's important, if you shop online, get a tracking number. Make sure you don't ever send money directly to the seller. And if you ever feel like you have to send a package to some place you trust, send it to the sheriff's office. Come pick it up there. It's easy and it's convenient. But there's steps that we can take to keep ourselves safe. Do we think there's going to be a lot more shoppers? I can tell you, everyone here at Citrus Park Mall, all these retailers that have been struggling for the last few years, they sure are hoping so. And that's why we're stepping up our efforts. We want to make sure that we're prepared. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure that that holiday shopper is not being victimized, regardless of where they shop.
What new things can you tell us about what you're doing sort of this year that's new for shoppers?
Yep. Our undercover presence is going to be much greater. The last 2 years, as we knew about COVID, shopping at retail centers really was reduced. So we know that it's going to be robust this year, and I love it. I'm glad we can get back to normalcy, and people are going to come back and shop. And let's take care of these retailers that have been hurting. This is their time of year. Let's help them stay in business, and support local business. So we're going to be doing everything we can, and probably the biggest, I should say, improvement we made is our undercover presence. We're going to make sure that not just the uniform presence, which is much more substantial than the last several years. You're going to get tired of seeing deputies, and they're going to want to talk to you and say hello. They're friendly as can be, and they want to make sure that they're sharing in this holiday cheer too, as long as you're not the person trying to victimize one of the shoppers coming. So you'll see a much greater uniform presence. If you see that drone, don't be suspect. It's us, and we're going to be looking around. We're looking for that vantage point to make sure that we have an eye on things. So a drone, aviation, if you're out shopping around, you're like, what's this helicopter doing? It's us out there. So our whole operations plan during this holiday season is probably double than what we've ever done to make sure we're prepared for this holiday shopping rush this year.
Is part of that because of the online aspect as well? So that increase, that's still going to be up, and then you have more people out shopping. You have deputies online as well as store.
Absolutely. If there's a way for someone to take advantage of a holiday shopper, we're making sure that we're getting ahead of the curve, and making sure that the person that they're trying to take advantage of may be us. The person that wants to go shoplift, they may run into us. The person that wants to steal that item that you work so hard, that special item to give somebody, probably going to run into us this year. It's probably not a good idea to take advantage or victimize someone this holiday season. As you can see behind me, we're ready.
Are we just talking about malls that you guys are going to be monitoring, or what kind of areas, or maybe even just little strip malls?
Yeah, great question. This is not just malls. We're here today at the mall because this is one of our bigger shopping centers. But any strip center, any of these local-owned businesses, our operations plan during this holiday rush is all focused. School's out of session. We have school resource deputies. They'll be out there. A lot of our specialty team members that would be assigned somewhere else, they're now assigned to holiday shopping and keeping this community safe. Great question.
And what's your message to the bad guys this holiday season?
Yeah, for that person who thinks that they're going to take advantage and ruin Christmas for someone here in Hillsborough County, you're probably going to run into us. I'd advise, if you don't want to spend your holiday in one of our jails, go somewhere else.
One last question for you. Is there a lot of these are, nationwide, great tips, great things going on. Have you seen any sort of uptick specifically in Hillsborough County for any of these holiday shopping crimes maybe over the last couple of years?
We have not. Even some of the The robberies that have been occurring to where people buy something and they're going to get it delivered and they end up getting robbed. We haven't seen that here. But again, I think it's because our community is very cognizant. They heed warning. They take advantage of the public service announcements they put out. Again, we can only do so much, and this is almost a plea to continue to be that good partner. Help us keep you safe. There's a lot of things that we can do as citizens to protect ourselves and keep ourselves safe. So as long as you take and heed these tips, we'll take care of the rest. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays if I don't see you. Thank you, everyone.